Welcome back, everybody. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different. I just saw on the Facebook page for GT Arcade or Air Celestials that there was going to be another resource event. And it just clicked past midnight, so the system's reset on my end, and I'm looking at the new events here for you. So there's no planning going on in this one. This is, bear with me because it's probably going to be a little rougher than most. I didn't have time to plan any of this, but I was just so excited that I wanted to make a video right away and get it out to you guys and girls so you can see, the new stuff that you might wake up to, because this is another crazy one. Just like last time, it does appear, and these are going to be under your hot events, that they came out with another monumental resource event here for you. So it looks like the exact same structure you had last time. You're going to grab a total, let's see here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, yeah, 10 of each again, plus a relatively large amount of fragment chests, which is great, especially when you're trying to snag some accessories and things that are much harder to find at higher levels. So just mind-blowing. This is incredibly awesome that they did it both in December and in January. Before December, I think I waited maybe at least 3 months before they came out with one. So I hope you were saving your resources from the last one to this one, as I mentioned in almost half of my episodes for you, because it's essential for these guys. So let's just check out the rest of what they came out with. So you're going to have the same structure there for your actual rankings, where you can grab some extra basic enhanced stones and a lot of money. The limited discount, that's nothing new, nothing great. And the nobility privileges, not a huge deal there unless you're planning to heavily invest in any of these events and, not really thinking of doing so. All right, so we still have the Lunar Manor event going on. Nothing's changed there. But we have a Delight check. Not sure what that is. They had a disc frisbee back and a first top up here for you. So I just topped up 99 cents to grab this here for us, because that's definitely worth it if I can get a beast soul out of it, and some rubies there for you. Let's see here, some extra discs, and some perfect accessory stones for $1. Definitely worth it. And really because I want these wings here for you, which I'm going to probably go ahead. This does look like it is a 9-day, 10-day, 11-day event again for you. So looks like these guys here, if you top up $1 every day, so spend 11 in total, you're going to grab, let's see, so there's 10 each day, which is 110 for you, 5 each day there, which is 55, so 165 wings just from signing in. Plus you're going to grab a little bit more here for you. Now these are Demon Dust, and these, okay, so the same ones. It looks a little blacker down here, so I wanted to make sure they're the same pieces for you. So all together you're gonna have 165, 70, 80, 210, 225. So 225 of these wings, which I believe is the second tier of the wing augmentation here for you. So you should be able to go through 2 iterations of the morphs based on those numbers here for you. So that's pretty fantastic, to be honest with you, for a minimal investment of $11. Now I know some of you are free players, so even if you go ahead and just take part in the free portion of it, you're still going to get a significant amount here for you as well, which is fantastic, because you can't beat that for free. So you're going to grab 55, 60, 70, almost enough just to craft them, and you'll get a few of these through Silver Keys or the free treasure hunt chests that happen twice a day. So keep an eye out for those. You may have a few already laying around in your storage. And these guys here for you, Flame Feather Crystals, are usually obtainable through the merchants in the Fallen Shrine event. But it's nice to grab a few for free for you. So I believe those are for crafting level 4 or higher, 4-star, yep, or higher, through the augmentation or the morph section of the wings. So definitely cool prizes, a little add-on. The most exciting for me, the disc frisbee is cool. It's just one of those what I call secondary events, but nice that they brought it back. And is anything new here? No. So just grabbing a little. Okay, so the sign-ins for the frisbee wheel, you get a couple there. Other than that, just some overall spending stuff here. Yeah, not really worth it. I mean, you're looking at $160, $200, $300 when in all consideration. Spending the resources, you're going to get most of those for free. So I am going to clean up my inventory a little bit here, and then I'm going to get my resources out, because I, just as always, have been hoarding my resources from event to event, just to make sure when these do come out I am prepared. And now it is time to go ahead and purge a little bit of them to go ahead and snag at least these prizes. I'm not going to go overboard like I did last time, just simply because I want to try to get more of the events or the prizes from the day-to-day, because if you do look, it's usually a 3-day event, 4-day event in this case, excuse me. So this cycles every day, and I want to make sure I get as much of this as I can, instead of dropping it all in one day and then not ending up in a high enough rank throughout the entire event. But let's go ahead and just use all that we have for our amount and see where it ends us up at here for you. So let's get him to, what, 17? Can we get him to 18? No, not quite, but good enough. All right, so let's see how many points that grabbed us here. So let's see the resource spree. Let's go ahead and claim this, claim this, claim this. All right, we got 500, 700, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. Oh, why did it go back? 2,003. Come on. 3,000, and it ended up with 4,104 points just from those mounts. Okay, so I'm obviously going to reach 10,000. So let's just go ahead and use a few of the Elysians, and let's get, let's see. I know I really want to get Abrax up there, but he's just not going to be as strong as Venoris, so I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade to 21 here, and it's going to use probably plenty. I mean, you're looking at, wow, almost 400 of them just to go one level. So if I go back, that should put me over the top in my imagination just perfectly. Great. So now I'm going to grab the rest of these and go ahead and snag all of those great prizes. This is the best way to get your free stuff. I know a lot of players have been asking me, how do I equalize myself if I'm a free player? This is going to be the way. Patience. And the other thing here is you see a lot of the equipment I have in my storage for you. There's 2 reasons for that. One is because it's going to take 3 of any kind of weapon to go ahead and make a mythic. And you're probably wondering, well, why do you have level 6 and level 7, level 8, level 9, weapons in here for you when you're obviously stronger than that? And I'll get to that here in a second, but very important for you as well. So now you used to have a nice cache left back here of the stones, which is fantastic. So that prepares me to go ahead when I need to and go to level 11. Now I'm going to have 10 more stones to get each one of these to 11, and vice versa on the weapon side. So couldn't be more thrilled about that. Now I'm going to switch over, and this is the importance of having alternate characters. It's not so much to keep them up with your main character's level, but it's really to continue to hoard resources for you, right? So what better than being able to accomplish this feat with one? But if you can do it twice or 3 times, this is where you're going to really start to snag giant leaps and bounds. Going forward, when you're talking about mythical armor, you can jump 2 or 3 levels from one resource event. So same thing here. I'm going to go in here and just get rid of some of the stuff my automation has been collecting for me, just to clear out a little room. And then I'm going to go ahead and get some stuff out of my storage here. Now this guy, I just throw everything in here, so there's probably a hodgepodge of basics, mediums, advanced, of everything here for you. But I usually start with the mounts because I like to get them up first, and they do use the most, or I should say they receive the most points for being used of any of the normal resources, not necessarily the lucky stones and things like that. But grab my enhanced stones here. I'll grab my my mount really quick, and I'm not sure my mount what level it is, so I'm gonna at least need purple. So I'm gonna go ahead and craft, let's see, and then for my forging I need purple as well. So Let's go ahead and craft anything I have in the basics into those, and then we'll kind of dump them in there and see where we end up. So let's go to our forge material, get our medium stones here for you. Fly through those really quickly. I don't know why it stops like that. Maybe it caps the stack out at 999 and needs to start a new one. Maybe that's what it does. Not sure. But anyway, just keep clicking it until you're done. And same thing with our training material here. I want to at least get these mount pieces into the medium ones here for you. So let's go ahead and at least do the mount. Get that guy up here a little bit for us. Perfect. So let's go ahead and hop into the forge. And let's see, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 10, 10, 10. So let's go ahead and get these up first. And you're sure you're going to fail a bunch of times, but that's okay because you still get the resource points even if you don't get a successful forge. So we'll go ahead and dump these in here. All right, and 12. Well, I guess we'll go back up from the bottom since we're already got that one to 12. All right, up through. All right, hang tight, and I'll speed this up here, and I'll be right back. Alright, so let's go ahead and at least check in to see where we're at with that as far as our resource points. So it put us at 3,500. Not quite there yet, so let's go ahead and continue with what we need to. I use the rest of these forge stones really quickly, and then we'll move into what else we have for our sprites and illusions. Alright, and then we'll move on. Oop, that one's already at 12, that's okay. And this one is at 12. Perfect, now they're all at 12, so I get the perk bonus for that. And we'll just go ahead and do the weapon. I don't think it really matters until they're all up there anyway, so not going to worry about it. So let's go ahead and get some other resources out to spend. Alright, so let's see here. Let's go with the sprite. Just in case, and just in case, I'll go ahead and grab my illusions as well. In this character, just so you guys and girls know, I get on, I don't do everything that's available to us. I usually go and run through the guild quest. I'll run through the Elysian and the sprite instance. I'll do the arena. I'll collect my tower, my arena tower, warrior guard, and those kind of things, experience instance, just to keep them going. But I don't really spend a whole lot of time on them a day, so that way I can still collect resources, and I'll get most of what I don't collect, at least some of it, in resources recovered. And by having these alternate characters, it really allows you to take full advantage of the game. And as far as of showing how to consolidate, I'll do that here in a second, but I just want to check my sprites. As you can see, this one only has the basic 2, and they're both on the advanced ones. So let's go ahead and craft some advanced leaves here for us and get that going. Zip through that, and zip through that. Hey, why'd you stop? Don't stop. Don't stop. Alright, alright. Perfect. So now let's go ahead and use those and see where we end up as far as overall level. So 15 and 15. Let's go ahead and get her leveled up. Let's just level her up twice, and then we'll level him up once, and then use the rest and see where we end up. Alright, so let's go back and check it out. And that should put us darn close. Yep, exactly, right where we needed to be. Perfect. So let's go back and collect all those. Alright. Come on. Scrolling on the computer is much harder than it is on a phone. And I don't know why it resets itself. It should stay on the same screen I just collected from. But I digress. So now I have got all of those for us. And if you see the resource ranking, both of my characters will be right here. I'm sure other characters will knock my ranking off. However, it's nice to have that there for you so you get it on all your characters. The rest of this is just checking in from clicking midnight, right, and being technically the next day. So I won't worry about all that. That'll actually collect tomorrow. But I just want to double check and throw them in storage and make sure I got 10, 10 in my equipment chest from all that. Perfect. And then I can actually put this rest back, just knowing that I can use those either in a later event, or if I choose to, I can go ahead and use those for another day in this event to go ahead and get the rest of whatever you want to call it, the basic enhanced stones and the money from their daily rewards for the overall rank. So let's go to my second alt here, which is my archer, and go ahead and see. I believe I should have enough. This was a very short span between the two resource events, so I haven't spent anything as far as the resources go, so I should have enough. Oh yeah, let's get rid of all that. So I should have enough to go ahead and make this happen, and I'm sure between the append stones that if the regular enhance and everything else doesn't work out, that I should have enough here. But just in case, I'm going to take all of these out so we don't have to keep coming back to them, and we'll get out of here. So let's go ahead just as we did before. Let's check our mount. It's taking the basics, so let's go ahead and shoot that up. And I can't use any more because apparently I haven't leveled this mount up to use the medium, so I'm just going to go ahead and put those back so they're out of my way. Actually, I'm going to keep these in here. Alright, so let's go ahead and do the sprite, and we'll grab both. Okay, so we need at least to get this one perfect up to 14, and then I need to craft the rest of them into the advanced here for us. So let's go here and go here. Wow, I have a lot left, so let's get these up here first, and then I'll go ahead and use them all to grab the advanced sprite leaves for us. So I can't believe they really came out with another. When a friend of that I play with on the same server, or my guild leader actually, Surica, told me, got a message to my wife this morning. He said, hey, another resource event coming up. So sure enough, I got on their Facebook page and looked at it, and I really couldn't believe it. I mean, just because we waited so long in between the ones before this, that I really couldn't believe they came out with another one this fast. And I'm not complaining because this is awesome. I mean, I feel like I'm set with Mythic Stones now for, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. I have a lot to work towards, considering each piece of equipment that you need to go ahead and craft a mythic takes 3 3-star legendaries. It's going to take a while to get, especially when you're talking about level 11s, 12s, 13s. It's not something you just run into every day. So definitely needed, but now I kind of rest at ease and don't have to worry about where I'm going to acquire those from. So I'm going to hop in here and just see where I'm at. So I'm at 4,300. So now I am going to hop into the forge. It does still take the medium, so let's craft at least the rest of these because I know I have a lot of basics. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up, use these, and then I'll be right back. Well, kind of messed that one up, so it's going to be interesting. I accidentally crafted, let's see here, the advanced enhanced stones excuse me, when I still needed the medium. So that's going to make this event interesting. Let's see if I can kind of pull myself out of it by going through the allegiance. I'm sure I can. I have a ton of allegiance here, but that's kind of a whoopsies on my part. So let's go ahead and just do it on the allegiance. Plus through it here. I really need to get the extremists up anyway, because that's the one I mainly use. These are all free characters. I don't spend money on my alts. Like I kind of mentioned, I just get on to collect resources for them, just to keep them somewhat of the same level. I'm going to go ahead and use some on these lower characters to balance out my BR here for me without spending as many resources as I would just leveling up the top one. We'll at least get them up to 12, maybe 13, possibly even 14. We'll see how many it takes, because I'm just going to get a better bang for my buck as far as my BR goes when I'm doing it this way. But might as well. It's going to be all spent the same. It's not like this character is my end-all be-all. Obviously I use my mage for most of everything else. So I'm just going to go ahead and dump these in here and hop out and see where I'm at as far as the events. Okay. Wow. Well, I ended up using way more than I needed, but that's okay. So we'll go ahead and claim the rest of these for my second alt. And keep going, keep going. Come on. There we go. 2. Nope. Yep. Alright. One more after this. Perfect. Bang. All right, perfect. So now on all three characters, I have 10 of each stone and a ton of these equipment chests. So I have roughly 4,000 equipment chest pieces. I have all these stones now. And what really is going to make that beneficial here is what I'm going to show you, and mainly the reason why my inventory for my mage looked the way it did. Okay. And I'll go back just to make sure. Yeah, that's just limited discount. So I'm gonna hop back, hang with me here. I'm gonna go back over to Mage and explain a couple things here for you of why the alts matter so much, other than the obvious reasons that you've kind of seen, just to be able to collect those and have them. But you're kind of wondering, like, well, that's great, but they're on the wrong character, right? That is correct. However, so the reason I keep these here is simply because, let's say I just collected 10 weapon and or armor pieces here for you. So if you look, I will, and I should, I believe these are 9, 8. Okay, so I did get rid of my 10s, but just for the sake of argument, those are easily gotten back. But for instance, so I keep 3 of these, so now I can take these pieces, and the key part is all my alts are in the same guild, so we can use the same guild storage, right? So before, when they took away secure trading, you couldn't just submit a secure trade for a lower amount and send it to each other, vice versa, and get it done that way. Unfortunately, there were some bad eggs in the bunch, and they went ahead and were doing illegal top-ups and a whole lot of other things, and I don't know how, so don't ask, but that was the rumors. So now if I want to transfer these, this is the way I do it. I usually have 2 separate accounts on 2 phones. So I either use my wife's account and or one of my kids' accounts, but I'll have their character pulled up, obviously in the same guild, and I go to the storage. I put the 3 pieces of armor in. I have that person take them out. I switch my character. I put the armor back in. I take the armor out with my alt character. I craft the mythic. I put the mythic in, take it out with my, my wife's character. And then, I take, and then I take it back to my mage, put it in for my wife's character, and get it back to mine, and then dismantle it. That will get you, by the way, when you dismantle a mythic, don't be scared of it. A screen will pop up, and you can either do a regular dismantle, which will give you all the stones you put into it back, plus 1 level 3 legendary and 1 3-star legendary of that item, 1 2-star legendary of that item, or for 50 rubies, you can go ahead and get everything back. You get 3 3-star, whatever the item is, weapon and or armor, plus the stones back. Okay, so that's how I transfer them from one character to another. It is a lengthy process, and it can be at some risk if you really have somebody sniping your storage out there for you. So what I recommend doing is, when I do this, I have both devices in my proximity, obviously, and I go to the one I'm transferring from, and I do it one at a time. I'll select the item that I want to transfer. I'll hit select donation, hold up on the confirm screen, go to the other, click on the guild storage, filter it down to the level that I'm donating, and then exit out of it, click confirm, and then re-hit storage, and it automatically brings you to that level of filtering that you just selected, and then you can quickly find it and get it. If you just stay in the storage, it doesn't always show up for some reason, meaning if you just go with your other character and sit in filtered level 9 storage and you donate something that's level 9, for some reason it doesn't show up right away. So the best way to do it is to filter it, get out of it, donate it, and then hop back in and then grab it. Okay. With that being said, it's a risk. Somebody could take it, but that is the only way you can really transfer them from one character to another. I recommend doing it either with a guild you trust or having members that are online that won't take them, and or do it unfortunately sometime in the middle of the night when nobody's on, or from your guild, or whatever the case is. But keep in mind, this is why you're going to want to save guild storage points as well. To do a transfer like this, you could probably do it with 300,000 points, roughly. But for safety, have some more. I usually keep around 800. 1,000 to a couple million points just in case something good comes up. And I know that sounds like a lot, but as you get into the higher levels and do a ton of the boss layer events, you're going to have a ton of stuff to donate. And now that you can clean out the storage, through the batch sort option for the vice leader and guild leader, there shouldn't be an issue of donating things that aren't craftable anymore, or of lower level. So donate what you can to build up those points. And that's the whole reason I have these here for you. So I have 12 now, but let's just say I had 6 of them. I'm going to be using level 7 weapons to craft that mythic. If I had 8, no, I'm sorry, I'll be level 8 if I had 6 of them. If I had 8 of them, I'd be using level 9. 10 of them, then I'm going to go ahead and use level 10, but so on and so forth. But regardless of all that, I just wanted to show you the reason, one, how to transfer these things if you can, and if you don't have alts or another character, simply set one up on computer to phone to tablet, whatever you have. Simply create a character and get them in the same guild on the same server, obviously, and it'll help out immensely for you to transfer these items. Also, it goes without saying, the reason why we hoard our resources, at least to enough where you get the points you need. So if you do like to spend them and you really want to keep the minimum, every storage event or resource event, that I've seen has been a top prize cap at 10,000 points. So notate the amount of points you get for each item, write it down, save it on a spreadsheet, whatever you need, and then save those in your storage. And once you reach your threshold you're comfortable with, then go ahead and start spending the resources until the next event. I usually keep double or triple just to be safe. But I get it. It's a patience game and you never really know when it's coming, but this is the time to pay dividends. So, I'll have another 30 of each of those stones. So, I can go from this point, I have 10s now all the way to 13s on Mythic, and I don't have to worry about acquiring a single stone or spending money on a single Mythic anything for the rest of the game until they come out with new gear. So, mind blowing, but I just wanted to throw it out there for you. So I know it was end of it was talking in circles a little bit, but I just wanted to make sure I got every detail out for you that I could off the top of my head. This one was, on a whim. I knew it was coming out and just wanted to get you the information as fast as possible. Side note, finally got Capricorn about an hour ago, so I'm super pumped. It's been an overall great day. But with that being said, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.